In a previous video, we had seen about the scattering losses. So, under scattering losses, we had seen about linear scattering and non-linear scattering. Now, we'll see about the fiber bend loss. So, what is meant by fiber bend is the name itself tells fiber bend. So, it is when I am going to lay the optical fibers, the fibers will be bent around the corners there. So, when there is going to be a curved path, in that case also the optical fibers have to be bent. So when there is going to be a bend in the optical fibers, there are going to be radiation losses that is going to occur at the bends or the curves of on their paths. So here in this case, we see that an energy will be radiated from the core surface to your cladding surface there. So when the energy is going to be radiated from the core to the cladding surface, we say that energy to be your evanescent energy there. So here in this case, due to the energy and the evanescent field is going to be exceeding the velocity of the light in the cladding surface there. And in that case, light cannot be guided by the fiber, and as a result, a light energy will be radiated from the fiber there. So that loss is going to be called as a fiber bend loss. So when you are going to bend the fiber, the angle of critical conditions will be lost, and when the angle of critical condition is going to be lost, your energy will be radiated from the core surface into the cladding surface there. When the energy is going to be radiated into the cladding surface, that energy is going to be called as your evanescent energy or evanescent field. And this energy, this evanescent field is going to be propagating at a faster rate compared to that of the velocity of the light that is going to be propagated inside the medium. So in that case, the guidance mechanism of the light cannot be done, and your light energy will be radiated from the fiber there. So here first we are going to see a fiber bend loss. So fiber bend losses, it is going to be due to the curvature, and the losses that is going to be occurring due to the change in the radius of the curvature. So when the fiber is going to be bent, then the radius of the curvature is also going to be changed. When the radius of the curvature is going to be changed, then the angle of critical conditions will not be satisfied. So during that time, energy will be propagated outside the fiber or the core, and that losses are going to be called as your bending loss. So the sharp bend of a fiber is going to cause a significant radiative losses there, and there is also a possibility of the mechanical failure to occur. So here we say that as the core is going to bend, the normal will also follow the curve there. When the normal follows the curve, the ray will now find that it will miss the critical angle incidence there. So the angle of incident will not be equivalent to critical angle, and as a result what will happen is a portion of the light will escape outside the fiber there. So for that, what we have to do is to avoid this loss, we have to avoid the sharp bends there. Next is the radiation loss from a bent fiber is going to depend on the field strength, that is from the fiber axis to a particular distance xc. We are going to see what is going to be the field strength at that point from the fiber axis. So where the power is going to be lost through the radiation, that is going to be at the bent fiber there. And next is the radius of the curvature. It depends on the field strength. The radiation loss is going to depend on the field strength at a certain distance xc from the fiber axis, where a power is going to be lost through the radiation, and the radius of the curvature r. So here we say that the higher order modes are going to be less tightly bound to the fiber compared to the lower order modes, and these higher order modes will radiate out of the fiber first. So next is for multimode fiber, the effective number of modes that can be guided by the curved fiber is going to be given by the expression n effective is equivalent to n infinity into 1 minus alpha plus 2 by 2 alpha into delta into 2a by r plus 2 by 2 n2 kr the whole power 2 by 3. So here where alpha is nothing but the graded index profile, and delta is nothing but the relative index difference or the core cladding index difference, n2 is the refractive index of the cladding, k is the propagation constant which is given by 2 pi by lambda, n infinity is going to be the total number of modes that is going to take place in this straight fiber. So the equation for n infinity is going to be alpha by alpha plus 2 into n1k a the whole square into delta. So we know that your a is nothing but the radius of your the radius of your fiber there. So next we are going to see micro bending. So what is meant by micro bending is when you are going to lay the fiber, there is going to be a small bending that is going to occur in the fiber. That small bending or distortions are not visible, and this type of bending is going to be called as a micro bending there. So these losses, mainly how it will occur is, it is going to be related to temperature, or it can be related to the tensile strength, or it can be crush related. So based on the temperature where you are going to place the fiber, or based on the strength that you are going to apply to the fiber, or based on the crush you are pressing which you are going to apply to the fiber, based on this micro bending losses will occur. So here if I am going to see the effects of this micro bending on multimode fiber, here in this case it is going to have an increased attenuation there. So it is going to have an increasing attenuation depending on the wavelength there. So here depending on the wavelength, it is going to have a series of peaks and troughs that are going to be on the spectral attenuation curve is going to be present in the case of multimode fiber there. So these effects, how it can be minimized is during installation and testing process, we should see that there is going to be no micro bending that is going to occur in the fiber there. Next type of bending is your macro bending. Macro bending is nothing but the change in the spectral attenuation. So here if the spectral components are going to be changed, then we call it as a macro bending there. But in macro bending, we are not going to have a peaks to be present in macro bending, and as a result your light is not going to be coupled back into the core and from the cladding surface. So the macro bending is going to occur only in large scale bending of the fibers. That is, when the bending is going to be in a large scale, then the macro bending losses occur. So how this macro bending losses can be avoided is by when the bends are going to be straightened, and it is going to be minimized by not exceeding the long term bend radii. That is, the maximum limit is going to be there, it should be minimized. So that radii, beyond that radii I should not bend the optical fiber there. So this is the figure below that which is illustrating a macro bending which is going to have a change in your spectral attenuation there. Next is, we see that when the optical fiber is going to be bent to a larger extent, we can see that the energy that is going to be present outside. So here we are going to have, this is your optical fiber there. When your optical fiber is going to be bent like this, your ray is going to be incident like this, and here in this case, this is your normal, this is your bend, we are going to have a maximum bend. What happens is, when this angle is going to be incident, here it will not satisfy that critical angle condition. So whatever angle I am going to get, it is going to be less than your critical angle there. So when it is less than the critical angle, a small portion of the energy will be radiated out. That is, it will be refracted out of the core. This is your cladding surface, and this is your core surface there. So from the core, the portion of the energy will be refracted out. So this energy is going to be called as your evanescent energy. So here this mode is required to be operating at a faster rate compared to the velocity of the light that is going to travel inside the medium. But in actual cases, the velocity of this higher order mode, with this energy of this higher order modes, cannot travel at a faster rate compared to the velocity of the light that is going to propagate in the medium. So as a result, what happens is the energy is going to be lost in the form of radiation there. So this energy is going to be called as the evanescent energy there. So we say that the part of the mode which is on the outside of the bend is required to travel faster compared to that on the inside of the wavefront. So perpendicular to the direction of the propagation there. So in that case, since it is not possible, what happens is a radiation is going to occur, and this loss is going to be represented by a radiation attenuation coefficient. So radiation attenuation coefficient is going to be represented by alpha r. So alpha r is equal to C1 into e power minus C2 into r, where r is the radius of the curvature of the fiber bend. So from here, whatever is going to be the radius I am going to get, r is the radius of the curvature of the fiber bend, and C1 and C2 are going to be the constants which are going to be independent of r. So it's going to be independent of R value there. So the last bending losses that is going to occur in the multimode fibers at a critical radius of curvature RC can be given as 3n1 square lambda by 4 pi into n1 square minus n2 square the whole power half. So macro bending losses can be reduced by designing the fibers with large refractive index. Relative refractive index differences, that is the difference refractive index difference between the core and the cladding should be large. If it is going to be large, we can avoid the macro bending losses, and the wavelength, that is the operating wavelength, should be as small as possible there. So in the light, whatever light we are going to propagate, that light should have a smallest wavelength or the shortest wavelength there. So here this, as I said, an illustration of your radiation loss. So when the light is going to be propagated, you can see that a small amount of energy is going to be moved from your core surface to the cladding surface there, from the core to the cladding. So the modes that are going to be present here should travel at a faster rate compared to the velocity of the light that is going to travel inside the medium. But in actual cases, in practical cases, the higher order modes cannot travel faster than the velocity of the light inside the medium there. As a result, what happens is small amount of energy is going to be lost, and that energy is going to be called as your macro bending loss. So that energy is going to be radiated away. The critical radius of the curvature for single mode fiber RCS is going to be given as 20 lambda by n1 minus n2 the whole per half into 2.748 minus 0.996 lambda by lambda c, where lambda c is nothing but the cutoff wavelength for the single mode fiber. For a specific, so we had seen till now for a multi-mode fiber. Now we are going to go for a single mode fiber. For a single mode fiber, we are going to assume that it is going to have a fixed relative index difference and cutoff wavelength there. So in that case, the critical wavelength of the radiated light will become shorter. So as the bend radius is going to be decreased. So if the bend radius is going to be decreased, that means it is more, means in that case the critical wavelength of the radiated light will also become shorter there. So here we will see a problem. Two step index fibers exhibit the following parameters. A multimode fiber with a core refractive index of 1.5, a relative refractive index difference of 3%, and an operative wavelength of 0.82 micrometers. An 8 micrometer core diameter single mode fiber with a core refractive index the same as a relative refractive index difference of 0.3 and an operating wavelength of 1.55 micrometer. Estimate the critical radius of curvature at which large bending losses occur in both the cases. For the first case, we are taking a multi-mode fiber. For the second case, it is going to be a single mode fiber there. For the first, relative index difference is nothing but n1 square minus n2 square by 2 n1 square. So a relative refractive index del value is given as 3%, so it is 0.03. N1 is given as 1.5, so it is your 1.5 square. Here in this case, if I am going to multiply it, your expression is going to be your del 2 n1 square minus your n1 square minus 2 del n1 square is equal to n2 square. So substituting these values and finding out your n2, the refractive index of the cladding, it is going to be 2.115. Now, to find the critical radius of curvature RC, the formula is 3n1 square lambda divided by 4 pi n1 square minus n2 square the whole power half. So n1 value we know, lambda value is given, it is 0.82 micrometer, and n1 and n2 we have found out, n1 is given, n2 we have found out. If we substitute it, the radius of curvature is going to be 9 micrometers. This is for the multi-mode fiber. Now we are going to see for the step index fiber, that is your single mode fiber. So here in this case, the single mode fiber, same way we are going to calculate n2. Your n1 is 1.5, so it is 2.25. 2 del into 2, this one if I am going to calculate, the n2 value is going to be 2.237. So if I am going to calculate the cutoff wavelength formula is, they have not given at what wavelength it is. So here 2 pi a n1 2 del the whole power half by 2.405, the V number there. So 2 pi into a value is going to be the diameter. Diameter is 4 micrometers, so 4 into 10 power minus 6 into n1 is 1.5 into 2 into your del value is 0.03, the whole power half divided by 2.405. So the cutoff wavelength is 1.214 micrometers there. So the critical radius of curvature for the single mode fiber is, then the formula, if I am going to substitute it, I will be getting the value to be 34 millimeters. This is about your macro and micro bending losses. Thank you.